This video may be different because I just feel some type of way. I think introverts are so misunderstood. A lot of us are far from shy. We're not boring. We're not all sad and lonely. I've been an introvert my whole life. There's a picture of me that my mom had that she used to make jokes about. She'd be like, "This is Pamela." We had a birthday party for her when she was 5 years old, and all these kids in the neighborhood came. We had a big, this is like in the 80s, we had those big pools that were above ground, and kids are in the pool playing, and there's cake and there's gifts everywhere, and I'm sitting in a corner with a can of Dole pineapples by myself, looking so happy. That is me now. I'm still the girl in the corner with the Dole pineapples by herself, happy. What's up, Beauty Marks? It's your girl Pamela, Ricardo, and if you're new to my channel, hello, welcome. This channel is all about embracing the scars that life has given us and now calling those our beauty marks. It is okay to be yourself. This is a safe space. I am going to just keep it real and transparent because I'm talking to all my little sisters through wisdom and letting you know it's okay to just be you. And you know, it's crazy. I've been an introvert, like I said, my whole life, and I felt like people would beat me up about it, you know, not physically, but made me feel bad about how I spent my spare time. I think being an introvert is so cool because I think introverts really do depend on themselves, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know. I think being an extrovert is cool too. I feel like people who are extroverts need other people to make themselves feel happy, and I don't. And so I find that I meet people and they're like, "Oh my God, you're home on the weekend? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I am chilling. I'm watching Selling Sunset. I'm writing in my journal. I'm watering my plants. I'm walking my dog. I might go to the grocery store and take my time and read the labels. I might read a book. I might go grab a coffee and just sit in the parking lot. I am totally okay. I live life by my own happiness, and my own happiness may come off as boring to other people, but it's not about that. It's my happiness." Now, one of the things that may be true about introverts is we don't necessarily love being in super crazy, big, full of people environments. I don't need that to feel good. I may shy away from it. I think when I was in my 20s and I was going through my party phase, I was influenced by my friends. They were all college age, and we were all kind of learning how to be all grown. And, you know, I think I may have at that point made the idea of being grown meaning you should be out all night and drinking. So I think that might have been where that came from. But really at the heart of it, even when I think back on those times, I still couldn't wait to get home in my bed by myself, and I made sure I had my own apartment, and I never wanted a roommate. I always wanted my me time, and my friends sometimes had to push me to get out the door to go to these parties, but I went because I was a lot more easily influenced when I was younger. But as I've gotten older now, I really fully embrace being an introvert. But I think it's hard to date as an introvert. I find that in relationships, partners that I've seemed to attract aren't necessarily introverts, and they need more attention than what I can give. It's not that I'm not trying to give it, I'm not capable. It's just how I've been my whole life. I need my me time. And not even just needing my me time, when they want to go do really adventurous things, sometimes it's a little difficult for me, and it gives me a little bit of anxiety. Well, not a little bit, a lot. Going into big gatherings, meeting a lot of family at once, being invited to big things, immediately I clam up, and it becomes such a burden on my shoulders that I start to worry, you know, because not that I won't have fun when I get there, it's just the initial feeling of just knowing that it's coming up. It creates an anxiety in me. And I feel as introverts, sometimes people take that as an offense, like you don't want to spend time with them, or that you don't want to be around their people. And it's not that. It's just introverts really do need me time to feel good. We fill our own cup, and when we are around people, it makes us pour out of our cup because we have to give. And it's hard sometimes for us because we're so used to our bubble that when we step out of it, it requires another version of us that isn't natural. So when we go to another environment and it doesn't feel natural, it's draining. And it doesn't mean draining in a really negative, "oh, I hate people" way. It's just draining because it's not what we deem as happiness. Like, we don't really need to be around people all the time. That's just how we're built. Even in friendships, you know, even having friends now that I'm older, I only have a few. And they all, you know, they know me now. They know that they're going to invite me somewhere, but if I don't come, not to get offended. Because the kind of friend that I may be is, I'm a once in a blue moon, come by your house and chill and watch a movie with you. Or we can meet for a lunch, and I'm cool with that. But me, like, getting dolled up to go party all night, they know that I'm not the friend to ask. They'll still throw the invitation out there, but they're not expecting the yes. And there's no resentment towards me. There's no getting mad at me, because those are the things that I'm sensitive to. Even at work, like being at a job, like I was the girl who in the break room doesn't sit with everyone. I sit by myself. My break time is my time for me. I'm working all day. So when it's time for lunch, I want a lunch. I want a break from everything. I will pull out a book or put in my earbuds and watch a podcast. That is just me. Being an introvert, just you have to continuously fill your cup back up after you've peopled too much. It's just the truth. So the pros of being an introvert is you know yourself pretty well. You've spent enough time with yourself to know yourself pretty well. You know your hobbies, you know what you like. You probably have some special skills that take time to hone in on, and most people don't take a lot of time to hone in on things. Introverts, whatever they're good at, they're probably great at it because they spend a lot of time working on it. They've got hidden talents most of the time. You know, they spent a lot of time alone, and they know what they like, and they're not easily persuaded, and they don't like to feel bullied into doing things, and they don't like to feel like they're hurting your feelings. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm hurting your feelings because I don't want to do what you want me to do all the time. We will budge and we will do things that you want us to do, you know, because we know that that's what you want us to do. It's a sacrifice. Life is about relationships that require sacrifice. But when it becomes overbearing and overwhelming, like the person just is trying to change you, that's when introverts say no, because I'm not trying to change you, so don't try to change me. And I think we run into that more than anything. As an introvert, I find that I'm also extroverted at times. It just depends on who I'm talking to. If I'm really comfortable with you, I probably will not shut up. I probably won't. And then once you get me outside in an environment and the people make me feel comfortable enough, I will talk. I might be the life of the party, who knows? But I will tell you, if that's the case, when I get home, I'm gonna need like a week off from peopling because it be draining, okay? An introvert will never ask an extrovert to become more introverted. But it's funny to me that extroverts always try to fix an introvert. You can't fix us. There's nothing wrong with us. The loudest person in the room isn't the most confident. They just think they are. Sometimes when you're an introvert, you actually take the time to see the environment for what it is, assess it, and a lot of times we're very empathic and we can feel the room out so much more than most people can. And we can also, what's the word? We have like a superpower of I can't think of the word right now, but we feel energies. We just feel it, and we know if it's a safe space or if we know when it's just time to shut up. We just know. I think there's a superpower to being an introvert. We don't always have to be saying something. We don't always have to be doing something. We've found a safe space in our solitude. There's nothing more powerful than knowing yourself. Nothing more powerful. It's when you need other people to make you feel valuable that you have a problem. Quick chatting with people, like I'm not really good at that. But if you want to talk about a topic and like go in, and I can see that, you know, you're somebody I can do that with, I'm all for it. But the small elevator chatter and the walk, I don't really need it. It's exhausting. It drains me, and I'm not sure if any introverts watching this can relate to that, but after a day of consistent interactions with people over and over and over again, that's probably why we don't really like being in extroverted relationships. We like that sometimes they will try to, you know, make us jump out of our shell a little bit. a little bit, but we don't like their need for attention 24/7. Everywhere they go, they have to speak to every walking soul. Everywhere they go, they got to make a bunch of new friends. And that's not comfortable for an introvert. And I think people have got to learn to respect other people's boundaries, because introverts have boundaries. And I don't think extroverts necessarily have as many as introverts, but they've got to learn how to respect the boundaries of an introvert if you're in a relationship with one. So this video is not really like, there really was no big purpose behind this for me. I just felt the need to let you guys learn a little bit more about me. I think now that you know I'm an introvert, maybe you'll have different insight to some of the videos that I create. I'm all about empowerment and working on yourself and the power of focusing on yourself and things like that. And I think I learned a lot of what I talk about because I'm an introvert, and I spent a lot of time getting to know me. And I see that that was valuable to my journey. So if you're not an introvert, doesn't mean you can't find my videos valuable. I mean, I think being an entertainer, I'm an actor as well. I think I know when to bust out the qualities of an extrovert and, you know, do what I gotta do. And I can get in front of people and speak and things like that. I mean, it doesn't mean I'm not nervous, but I can do it. But I know that I enjoy my own company, and I think that is my own superpower. So anyways, if you've been subscribed to my channel, thank you so much for supporting me. And please leave a comment below if you are an introvert, and what is your experience as an introvert? Do you sometimes feel guilty for it? Like people make you feel bad for it? What are some of the things people have told you in relationships that they didn't like about you because you're an introvert? Leave a comment. Let's do that so that we all don't feel so alone, because I think introverts feel like aliens on this planet, and that's not fair. We're highly intelligent human beings who just really enjoy our own company, and there's nothing wrong with that. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye. Bye, introverts. Bye.